Hi, Taurus. I hope you're doing well. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for the last portion of March 2019. I've already shuffled your cards, but let's keep going. Should be energies present for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. March. That's the portion of March. First card out, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse with the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So, Taurus, if you are dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, primarily Scorpio, this person is out of sorts. This person is not somebody who is healthy emotionally. There's somebody who is more willing to prey on your emotions, to prey on your sensitivities. It's not a healthy person. Yeah, no. They will blow smoke up your ass, like lots of smoke. Show me more. So you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse flying out for that. In regard to this, there's been a lot of retrograde energy around. People are coming back into our lives. It doesn't mean that they have the best of intentions. It doesn't mean that they're healed. Some of them are. Some of them have great intentions. Each situation is going to be different. They're all different. This is a general reading, okay? My general readings tend to be a little bit specific, and they seem to resonate with quite a few people, but I want to mention that just because it seems like there's a lot of people coming back into lives, you know, people coming back. The Nine of Pentacles talks about, well, it can talk about being unstable. It can talk about being financially unstable. It can also talk about not really trusting yourself in regard to how you're doing. It can be not trusting your own judgment in regard to what would bring you stability in a relationship or just personal stability of your own. But it can also talk about entering back into a relationship, going back into a relationship that you may have stepped away from, or somebody coming back that wants to do that. They may have left you and now they want back in. That's this energy. But with the Knight of Cups in reverse, not an emotionally solid person. Most definitely not. So here we have the Eight of Swords. So I feel here it's like the Eight of Swords talks about being out of balance. It talks about not knowing what to choose, being in your head about things. Sometimes so much so that you create storylines when something is in a certain way. But it can also, in regard to a person coming back, it can be being in your head, not knowing what to trust in regard to them, not knowing how to, you know, go about the situation, what to make sense of, you know, in this. It doesn't mean that you have to go back into it, but I think just the sheer idea of somebody, and especially if they're coming with like a twisted, underhanded energy, like you're going to be in your head about it. That's reality. So you have the Two of Swords and the Six of Pentacles popping out, Two of Swords in reverse. So this, if you've had a situation where there's been the silent treatment with somebody, where somebody's just been out, checked out, you checked out, it could be somebody giving to too many people, but either way, now a decision is being made to communicate. A decision is being, oh my God, I can't talk anymore. Yeah, a decision is being made to communicate essentially about the situation. Somebody wanting in, somebody wanting to resurrect a thing, somebody wanting to give equally. And I think here you're more so in your mind about like, well, can I trust this person? What have they shown me? What is the experience that I've had so far with them? Is this valuable information that they're coming with, or is this a bunch of like, hooey? You have the Three of Swords here in the bottom of the deck, and look who's here too. So this person, this Knight of Cups, King of Cups in reverse, I feel here, God, this is a theme. It's like a threaded theme throughout the readings, but basically it's somebody that could potentially be saying, I've grown, I've learned, I've gotten the message here, I'm coming back to make it all better. But it's like, these are not healthy people. This is not a healthy emotion for this person to be vibrating at. This is a very emotionally manipulative person. Very emotionally manipulative. They will tell you what you want to hear because they know it will pull on your heartstrings. It will affect them positively, but it doesn't pay attention to you. Show me more for Taurus. So you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So again, Taurus, this talks about taking time to be with yourself, make sure you're going within, healing yourself. Sometimes it talks about not communicating with somebody. Also not communicating with somebody. This is like a stalemate, a standstill. Here, we're coming out of it. We're wanting to communicate. Somebody wanting to put energy towards something. Now, if you're having a hard time getting over what has happened here, or if they are, it feels like somebody wants to let go of the past, but they're having a hard time letting it go. Or somebody here is having a hard time letting it go. So this new beginning can happen. So somebody can actually start to work on what they want, you know, in the situation. You have the World here. Okay, so finality. If anything, I think, Taurus, that you are more so in your head about the situation, but like what dances in your mind is finality. That's what it feels like, finality. I don't know. I don't think that re-engaging in this situation with this person might be the best for you, but everybody is their own unique situation. You do you. If it makes sense, then it does, and I hope it does. If it doesn't, this isn't your reading, and there's tons of other readers out there, and they're great. So, Taurus, you have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Here, I almost feel like we are in favor of just letting it burn. Like, what's the point? There's no stability here. There's no longevity here. This doesn't nurture me. This isn't a sound decision to get involved in. You know, I'd be conscious of that type of energy. Be very practical. This is very practical that this energy is not practical, but what I'm talking about to combat this energy is practicality. Being very conscious of your, situation, what you're experiencing, and recognizing what works and what doesn't work. And if somebody has lied to you, been deceptive emotionally, be careful about that. It causes relationships to crumble. It causes long-standing situations to crumble. You know, it causes people to not trust one another. This person doesn't, either you or they don't trust the situation. Don't trust the longevity. Don't trust the potential of it. Two cards popping out. So you have the Knight of Wands and Strength in reverse. So the Knight of Wands talks about moving forward very quickly. It talks about having like a lot of ammunition in your step. Ammunition may be the wrong word. It's go time, you know, but also we do have to remember the Knight of Wands is also somebody who is in and out of our lives. That energy is also in and out. It's a fleeting energy. It's not a person being in and out of your life. It's a fleeting energy. It's not something long-lived, okay? And dealing with that ends up leaving you in this type of space. Strength in reverse is talking, well, it talks about impatience, but it also talks about not really being in tune with ourselves, not really having the patience to deal with our problems. Somebody rushing in and us being impetuous and jumping into the situation with them when everything else points to no, this isn't a good idea. you know, that kind of thing where you don't trust your inner self, your guidance. But also here too, this is taming the beast. It's the anima, the animus. Here we are in favor of the beast. Now, I say the beast, I'm not talking like Crowley 666, but what I am talking about is the bestial self, not having sex with animals, but like the beast within, the lower level energy, the very self-serving energies. This almost denotes like, oh God, and it's falling in reverse now. This almost denotes the Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody coming in very quickly, somebody more interested in things that are fleeting. There's no longevity there. Even if they're telling you there is. I'm going to clarify the shit out of that. Well, not the shit out of it, but I'm going to clarify that 8 of Pentacles in a second. Should be more for Taurus. So yeah, I don't think you're going to end up in this situation, Taurus. I don't think you're going to keep it. You have the Hangman in reverse, and you've got the 2 of Wands here with the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. You don't have to be. We've got Leo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. Either way, this essentially is talking about having done your homework here, having gone within about a situation, looking at it for what it is. Does it serve you? Does it make you feel whole? Are you happy in this? Here, the world is our oyster. We can choose a direction. We can choose a path. Do I stay with this one, this from the past, or do I go with something new? Do I hold on to what's from the past, or do I go towards something new? And I think you've done the homework here, okay? I think something new is definitely in order, especially with the Devil at the bottom of the deck. This talks about connections that are very toxic. It talks about people who are willing to mistreat you, to prey on your emotional standing, you know, or emotional frustrations, you know, so they can get what they want. I mean, that's not a healthy person. That's not a healthy energy to be in. I wouldn't want to be in that. And I've had that happen before, and it sucks. So let's clarify for you, Taurus, okay? Show me the Knight of Cups in reverse. So you have 3 cards popping out, Taurus. The first one that popped out was the 5 of Wands, getting ready for combat, fighting, frustration, having difficulty communicating, getting your point across, somebody who bombards a conversation, who takes over, somebody who leaves you feeling anxious in communication. Then you have the 9 of Cups in reverse. This talks about emotional dissatisfaction. It talks about not feeling good about a situation. It also talks about going against yourself when you know you should be doing something else and it goes against us. And then you have the Lovers here. So this is in regard to a choice to stay with this person or not. But I need you to look here. If this situation leaves you defensive, if it leaves you anxious, frustrated, not knowing what to trust, emotionally empty, you know, if by them coming back on the scene, like triggers you negatively, pay attention to that. Those are huge signs that that situation isn't good for you. Like if something makes you feel bad, if something makes you feel ill, don't do it. Don't take it. Like don't get involved with that. That's as simple as that, you know? Show me the 8 of Pentacles for Taurus. 8 of Pentacles for Taurus. So I want to mention this too, because it just popped out at me. The World talks about finality as well, but the way this fell on the World, I feel like this is what it's talking about. It's like finality to the situation, to get what you want, to actually put energy and effort towards what you want. To hell with what they want. If they treated you shitty, come on, man. You have to stand up for yourself. Don't go back into something that treats you like shit. Show me the 9 of Pentacles in reverse for Taurus. some of you are like, I'm not trying to be like judgmental. That's not where I'm coming from at all. But like, I'm coming from a place of concern. Like I'm like on fire with concern right now. I feel like some of you want to re-engage into this. Like I feel like some of you are like, no, we can fix it. We can fix it. Don't be Eeyore. That's shit. Don't be Eeyore. Like stuck in the mud. Like, you know, happy in sadness. Like, don't be Eeyore. I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but it's hitting home for me. Like right now, like for real. Yeah. Don't be willing to stagnate in situations that are detrimental. So, for the Nine of Pentacles here, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this combination came out in another reading. I cannot remember. I'm not even going to worry about that. But the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a person that's out of balance. This person doesn't know their worth. This person doesn't know what their value or their worth. This person is willing to go back into situations that are negative. They're willing to be treated poorly. And it's primarily because of how they feel about themselves. They feel like less than. And I don't want to say that you feel less than about yourself, but if you have like feelings of wanting to go back into a situation that you know is just poison, like really look at those things and evaluate your self-worth, evaluate your value, you know, like, yeah. Show me the Two of Wands. Three cards popping out, Taurus. So you have the Devil, you have the Page of Swords, and you have the Queen of Wands here with the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So high levels of anxiety, fighting, miscommunications, communications that are cutting, very bitter, frustrating, immature communication, people preying on your emotions, people preying on the feelings that you once had, preying on the bond that may have existed. It's also Capricorn energy. You have Capricorn here. You've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands talks about somebody who knows her worth. She knows what she's getting involved in. She knows what makes sense in her life, and she steps away from that does not. She is comfortable making decisions in regard to what makes her life flow. Okay? So it's really important for you, Taurus, to step into that energy. Be the Queen of Wands. She trusts her intuition. She trusts her guidance. And she goes towards things that cause happiness to occur in her life, not somebody that is detrimental, lying, conniving, that's going to love you minimally if they love you at all. Like, this is somebody who is not emotionally stable. And they may love you, but it also talks about heavy levels of codependence. And sometimes that's is that love or is it codependence? Is that love or is it being safe because somebody's there? Like, and the rest of it's just a toxic shit show. Like, you have to be very conscious of these types of things. So, you know, just because somebody's there and they're a warm body, like, great. Like, get a cat, you know, seriously. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like make fun of it. And I'm not. I think like, don't put yourself in a situation where somebody will treat you less than, because that's not okay. Okay? Especially if it leaves you in high anxiety, Taurus. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle. I got this the other day. It's called the Nocturna. The Nocturna oracle. It's all hand painted. It is lovely. My friend Jefflin got it for me. Thank you, Jefflin. Nocturna. Show me for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Taurus. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Taurus, here we go. Show me Taurus energy. You got two cards, Taurus. You got both aquatic energies. So here, first of all, I want to mention you had the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, both in reverse. Here we have two aquatic energies. One is a shark. It preys on things. The other is, do they fall? They don't fall under anemones, do they? Either way, it's two aqua animals. There was something I really wanted to say about this and it went right out the window. That's okay. I don't know these cards yet, so I'm going to read them. So shark is first, because that was the one that was at the bottom. These are all great. I love these hand-painted pretty little things. Shark, fearlessness, confidence, drive, authority. As a scuba diver, I have seen many sharks in my lifetime, and every time one appears, it has a very commanding presence. To pull this card may mean that there is an opportunity that you need to take hold of. Always swimming, always moving forward. The shark reminds us to be active in life, not passive. Be fearless in getting what you want in life. And don't second guess yourself. Remember, however, do not bite off more than you can chew. Okay. I can definitely see where that resonates with taking care of yourself, choosing directions that make sense for you, you know. Starfish, let's check that little puppy out. 33. All right, Starfish. Healing, regrowth, sensory. The starfish is one of the many creatures that can regrow a lost limb. The many nerves that stretch from the center of the animal to its arms even allows a completely severed limb to regenerate into a whole new starfish. Loss is painful, but is a very inevitable and necessary part of life. However, with each experience, there is opportunity for learning and growth. So I don't think I need to even go into that. I hope this reading was helpful for you, Taurus. Choose wisely, you know. Make sure that you value yourself and take care of your energy. And, you know, if somebody wants to manipulate you emotionally or is codependent on you, and you allow it, that's up to you. But, you know, look at yourself. Look at how and why you matter, right? Because you do. You're here for many purposes, many reasons, but you're here for yourself first. So I hope this was helpful. If you find it helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, my name is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. And if you want to donate, there's a link to that in the description box below. All right, take care, Taurus. Have a good day. Bye.